Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Chess and Coffee. Or Coffee and Chess, I should say. Okay. Let's get right into these games here. We're going to be playing more 15-minute, I think, 10-second increment. And I changed up the background and the color of the board and make things a little different. And let's go. Okay, we got the black pieces. E4. I normally play the Caro-Kann. I was thinking of playing different stuff. I'm not 100% familiar with the Sicilian. I was thinking of playing the Sicilian. I know some like general moves here. Um, hmm. Let's go for the Caro-Kann. I'm just waking up here. Okay, Caro-Kann exchange variation. And this is, we just play normal here, I think. Okay. I think we'll want to develop our bishop. We'll probably develop our knight first. And they're going to fianchetto. We'll develop our bishop to an active square here. Now, if I go for this pin, doesn't do much at the moment. I can, of course, just play principled here. I can also give a check. Okay, he's going to castle next turn. I guess we'll just play solid. And bishop c5 looks solid. Bishop d6. I don't think it really matters too much. We'll just do bishop d6. It's a little more solid. Okay, queen steps out of the pin. It loses a piece. So I think we just play normal chess here. Knight's not doing too much on f6. He's gonna probably want to play h3. I got queen b6. We'll play knight e7. I'm probably spending too much time on these moves. We will castle. It's probably fine. Just thinking about if I want to queenside castle at all. Probably not. That makes me think I probably want my knight here instead. Okay, he's going for my bishop. and can't play here. Here, d4. Can play before maybe c3, and he just kind of gets a bunch of pawn moves. I'm going to do it anyway because I think the bishop on b6, I want to keep the bishop. I guess this forces me to trade the bishop, which is fine. I'll kick the knight here. And I'm going to take, I think this blunders a piece. Or not, no, because his knight can go back. Okay. We have queen b6, threatening a pawn. I'm not sure I see anything else at the moment. Maybe he's interested in some knight g5 stuff. So far he's been playing solid. It doesn't seem like he's someone who's like just launching an attack. d4 maybe? d4 might be premature, I'm not sure. I don't want to trade queens. Yeah, I don't want to trade queens. I don't think trading queens is necessary right now. Let's create a battery on this c pawn. My knight's kind of stuck defending this guy right now, so do I have any good knight jumps here? Knight e5. If I play knight f5, I guess he could just push his pawn. If I trade off the knight, he's kind of got this pressure on the b pawn. This move just looks good. Maybe. All right, things are pretty solid. I wonder if I should just start throwing my h-pawn down the board. I guess he's always got knight h4. But everything looks relatively solid. Did I allow him rook takes? I think he might have rook takes because rook takes, takes with check, and it's a fork. No, then I have rook f6. It's probably fine. Okay, let's take back. Let's. So I kind of want to. If I move my pawn up, I can't quite sneak my queen in there. I'm not sure what his next move wants to be with this knight move. Do have knight b8. Maybe we can just take back. Okay, let's start with rook b8. He might just move his queen to target this pawn. Let's take his pawn. Now, simple idea here. I had this idea before. He defends it, which is fine. And I have to get my queen over there somehow. He does have this discovered check if I move the queen. So I might not want to do that right now. We'll play knight here. I mean, if pawn moves, I got this nice outpost. I'd like to bring my queen over still. Let's poke his queen. See what he wants to do. Now create a battery. Maybe I can double up rooks. Let's create a battery here. I'm afraid of these moves. I guess he's got knight and queen attacking this square. Let's see, queen b7, knight c5. I'm probably fine here. Okay, we will drop the knight back. Defend checkmate, threaten the rook, I suppose. Looks fair. And when I move this pawn, his knight's actually pinned. I might be able to exploit that. He's probably going to have to move his king. Okay, queen takes. Does this work for me, or am I missing something? Everything's kind of defended, so I should be okay. So I take, he takes with check. I block the check. I guess I can still defend my pawn. Knight still pins. Pawn is important in blocking the queen from the knight. And this knight, even though it's pretty loose, at least I have an escape square for my king, was protecting checkmate here. Okay, we take the knight. Take the knight. How can we offer a queen trade? Queen f7, rook f1. Can take a queen, threatening this pawn. I don't think he can defend it. Maybe queen back here. Am I afraid of rook here? No, I take with check. I take with check, and I can always maybe defend with a rook here. Okay, rook to the c file to get the queen off of the c file. queen or rook check? Let's see, if king goes down, rook check, king goes down. Queen check, king goes down. I don't know. This is scary for me. I'm probably making a mistake here. This is probably where I should be thinking. Never mind. That was checkmate because the king can't move. Never mind. I'm a genius. Okay, I'm not a genius, but I knew my attack was, I don't know, I had an intuition about the attack. I know I probably could have just, I did kind of calculate. I thought the king would move down here, but the queen does. It's on the diagonal. The knight's blocking these squares. The other move, I think, would be here, but then I think I just got checkmate. Only move queen block. So I think this is just forced checkmate here. Maybe giving up the queen or something. All right, let's just look at the game real fast. And I thought I played pretty solid. Bishop f6 is... Bishop g4 is still good. Okay. Knight f6, probably a better move. It does say ge7. Okay, knight f6 is probably the move I should be playing here. Okay, so when the knight attacks my bishop, it actually wants me to drop it back to b8. c5. c5 also a move. I thought about c5. My position's still fine here, though. It's actually better after we trade the bishops off. I don't mean by position, but when he offered the trade of bishops, a bishop for bishop, I was okay with. Does want me to trade a bishops at some point is still fine, which I do. I mean to trade the bishop for the knight. Queen b6. A move here. It's funny because now it's not. Now taking this move is not any good because he could recapture with the knight. So maybe taking the knight first and then kicking this knight around. So takes, and then here. He doesn't have knight d4 anymore. So he's got knight c3. We could push the pawn, I think, and harass him. Queen b6. General threats. I played queen b6 anyway. So moving rooks to the open file here is preferred over what I did. And queen c7 was a good move. It was a smart move. I didn't want to trade queens because it didn't feel like I had any real advantage. And I'm just trying to play for an advantage here. I got a little crazy with pushing the h-pawn. Really wants rook to the middle. Of course. Knight d5. Like I thought about moves like that. I guess it's just a general improving move, but I'm not seeing a clear follow up afterwards. Maybe like night before or something. Um, yeah. So I should have just taken with the queen. Now my queen has access to this move, so he kind of needs to deal with this pawn here. It does say just c4. Rook e4. I mean, probably even knight e4, right? Knight e4, looking at e5. And he does play knight e5 anyway. Um, Kind of a messy game here. Yeah, c5. c5 with the threat of f5 is pretty good. I was worried about like it says it just wants to take it, but I was worried about this with check. Oh, but queen f7. With the double on the f file. Block with the queen. I wasn't thinking of blocking with the queen. It's my only move too. I might have found it if I played it, but I didn't see it the move before. So, if queen takes, it's just mate in one. Queen takes, probably take and double rooks on this file here. Rook takes b2, or maybe just start taking his pawns. This move's still okay. Rook e7, attacking his isolated pawn. d3, I guess. Just blunders your pawn. Alright, so queen b2, knight h3, bc8. At this point, it wants him to sacrifice material. Rook h8 check, knight takes. Queen h5. Rook takes c2. Now king has h3 to run to. Wow, knight f7, check. You can't go for that check because the rook's no longer doubled with if the king's on the h file. Knight f7. Queen g4, g6. Yeah, some crazy computer lines here. What I did I felt was more practical. This is just mate in 5. 1, 2, 3. I made it mate in 3. What was his... Oh, just throwing the queen in the way. Just throwing in the queen in the way. I guess the difference here being the king can run here. Three. Mate in 3. Okay. I would still have mate here, but it actually wants a different move order. H5, queen d2, or queen e2 check. G4, probably queen g4. Okay. That's cool. All right, let's play another game. Got the white pieces, and I've been experimenting with d4 lately. We will try it. I mean, e4 is kind of like my comfort move, but I do want to play d4. I'm less experienced with d4. So I think this is good for me. If we just do an early queen trade, he loses castling rights. Pawn to the middle, block a bishop check. Okay, looking to fianchetto. Knight seems reasonable. And develop a bishop. This is if pawn e5, so if bishop f4, pawn e5, takes, trade queens. Bishop back. Well, he probably wants to develop his knight. And this would stop him from playing e6 or e5. He'd want to develop his knight. Preemptively just pinning it. He's got no queen a5 shenanigans. Let's just do bishop f4. I took too long on thinking on a developing move here. Develop our knight to f3. He doesn't have any more. He doesn't have any bishop pinning moves now. He might play this, and it turns into like almost like a Sicilian. I think I'll end up. If he does that, I think it'll lean towards a isolated queen's pawn, maybe. Probably queen e2 now. He does have this move to try and grab the bishop. Drop it back. Take, take. Maybe knight d5, just targeting something. Yeah, maybe this bishop's a little misplaced on f5, f4. Because it's kind of just doing a whole lot of nothing. But now he is the one thinking. Which normally I get opponents who play faster than I do. Knight c6. Knight c5, pawn c5. Bishop g4 maybe. I might want to play h3 anyway, which I think is fine. Take back with the queen, and now we're targeting b7 here. Now if knight h5, I can drop my bishop back to h2. The only thing left to do is to try and complete my development castle. Bishop d3. I don't think he's got a way of attacking it. Okay, so queen takes. He can play knight d7. Because he can't play knight c6. Play knight d7. Of course, now that he's moved this, I'm thinking bishop here now. I'm surprised he didn't play this, so he played this move to play this, I think, maybe? Pawn here would stop my knight from putting more pressure. Probably really should be I mean, my king's not in any immediate danger. Pawn takes here. Probably solid. But after like rook takes and I take the pawn, then he gets his rook in here, and then that's scary because my king's not castled. Here. I think d5 is his move here. And if he doesn't play d5, then I'm gonna have knight e4. And I could even take and then play knight after takes. I could play knight d4. Well, no, because then he just moves back. This piece is pinned, but if I took it first, then there's nothing pinned. And I'm 2 moves away from castling. D5 takes, 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 takes. I win a pawn. Hold on, let's do that again. D5 takes. Queen takes? No, because take the knight. Takes my queen. Then he takes back. So D5 takes. Queen takes would be silly, now that I look at it. Unless I was thinking takes back here. Then bishop takes. Okay, so knight reinforces. Here, D5 takes. I mean, he's just pinned. He's still pinned again. I got to keep the pressure on here. I think I got to keep the pressure on here. Because if he wants to try to unpin his queen, then he's got sufficient protection here. So his queen needs to stay tied down to defending. Really, all these guys got to stay tied down to defending. But I don't have a way to add more pressure to the piece. Takes. Okay, so anytime he plays D5, I feel like it's going to result in some trades. Of course, he does give me the D pawn. D takes. Probably looking at takes here. Knight takes. Queen check. Knight takes, queen check. I might have to trade down now. Takes, 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 takes. Take, take. Take, take, queen e2. He's also got, he's got this brewing here. Takes, 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 takes. Pawn b4. What if I just play pawn b4 now? Something about this is silly. We always have this takes with check in the bag, I think. So I think we're going to be fine. I know this looks really dangerous, and I'm probably misplaying this. I do want to castle. But his pieces are all tied down right now. He might have to just force the issue. And we might just have to trade. Play bishop e2. Try to put bishop e2 and castle. He might still try to like push a pawn move. Probably opening up the center. I think on my next turn, I think I might trade anyway. I think likely whatever he does, I'm going to trade. I don't want to, but I'm a little worried about my king's safety. Just double checking. Something crazy like here. That's crazy. That is a check. And then this is attacking his queen. His queen's still tied down to defending, but I'm just gonna castle as long as the queens are on the board. If he takes with the queen, then we'll just queen trade, and then maybe I'll play like bishop here, king up. I think this is fine. Play bishop up. We'll move our king up here. And we're just going to play some good old-fashioned endgame stuff. Takes. Takes. He's got this move. Takes. I don't have any kind of discovered move. Play rook here, so if he takes the pawn, I take his pawn. Can also push this pawn. Alright, so rook b1 takes. Takes. Takes here. Takes. This is probably okay. And then maybe castles. Bishop's a little loose. Maybe like rook d8. I can't play d2 because I'll hang this f pawn, so I think maybe king e2 and get my rook to b1. So maybe he's looking to like trap my rook or something. Maybe double on this file. Yeah, maybe I should have played rook d7. Yeah, so rook here. I have bishop here. Rook here to double up. My rook is kind of stuck. I could maybe sack the c pawn. You know, rook here. Okay, rook here. Rook here, I'm thinking pawn up, bishop takes. Hold on. So takes g6. Rook takes. Bishop takes check. I don't think I have anything there. Playing bishop here would be nice. Here, rook here. Right now, like, my bishops are fine, so I think doubling is still okay. Takes. Maybe I can play bishop here anyway. Rooks double up. Here takes rook b5. Gotta protect the rook. I might have to play this just to get my rook out of danger. I may play bishop back. Let's see, bishop back. Just double checking I don't have anything else. I think this move's probably okay. He just moves his bishop back, but bishop here, takes, check, block. Bishop here, takes. It's the F pawn. Bishop here, bishop back, pawn up. This is a really hard. I'm gonna have to like study this kind of game afterwards. Doubling is still not really a big deal. But in the event everything gets traded, I don't want to lose my pawn. I also have maybe this, but he definitely wants to double here. And I'm just going to start making moves because I'm actually getting low on time. And maybe he'll get low on time. Okay. So I'm going to over defend the bishop, I think. I'm also thinking of just dropping the bishop back and takes. Probably fine for me. Let's maybe rook here. Takes. With check. Here. Lose another pawn. Here to defend. Okay, this is fine. All right, so if I play on the light squares, I'll be fine. This bishop can't do much. We pretty much have to somehow avoid losing pieces. So like if he plays rook here, maybe he wants to play bishop here. I think I'm just going to play rook here. We trade. Trading's not good for me, I think, because I'm down a pawn. But then Let's trade. King here, king here. King here, king here. King here, king here. Just prevent his king from getting in. I guess he can go in this way. Push this pawn up. Maybe he pushes his pawn down. Blockade the pawn with the bishop. Might be the way. There's no way to like get by this unless he moves his bishop. So like the focus is really on these guys here. Like if he tries like bishop c6, well, that blunders the pawn. So his bishop really can't move. Like he's kind of in a zugzwang. This pawn takes. I think anything here trades. I could also just push this pawn to stop the king from getting in. And if takes, takes. If I take, probably get his king in. I'm going to do this to stop his king from getting in. Here drops this pawn. He still has to move his king a square. Probably should have just traded the pawns. Kind of giving him targets now. But maybe I can get the king down here. So like pawn here, king takes, takes pawn. And target this pawn. takes. Oh, that just takes that pawn. King here. All right, this allows me to move my king down, which is really important because I want to get this pawn. Maybe he plays pawn here, check. King here, king down. King here. Take this pawn. Maybe he wants to go king here. Maybe I should have just taken this pawn. What am I doing? He's under time pressure, so I know it's an increment. So this was a mistake. I should have just taken his pawn. I'm gonna double back. You can give me a check here, king here. Okay. So it takes. King here. His bishop's tied down to this pawn. And I'm going to start pushing this pawn, I think. I'm going to have to look out for blunders because he's really low on time. If he moves his bishop, I snag a pawn. Okay. Now he's in Zugzwang. He's got to move his king here. Or I went on time on an increment game. This is probably a draw. Yeah, let's look at this. We'll use our free game review on this one. But we'll take a win on time. The only thing I really like about the computer game review is I just like seeing this bar. It's pretty much a draw the whole time. My opponent playing slightly better. So I missed a lot of stuff. And I want to say I know what I missed, but I really don't. Okay, yeah, knight here. Yeah, okay, I missed the pawn. Like, I was thinking pawn here, knight here is forced. I mean, what move do I have after that? I guess just drop my queen back immediately. I guess I just win a pawn and get out. This is 2 misses. Here I thought it was even worse, right? Because like here, I could take this pawn, but then he takes, and I'm like, I don't want to allow any weird counterplay, because that's not the kind of game I like to play. So this was This was to stop queen check. Otherwise, I guess castle's queenside. It looks like I'm so wide open, but maybe castle's queenside is just safe, and now he can't check me. Just fine. The move I played is still fine. Forcing me to trade everything. And the end game is the important part here. So rook b1 right away. Because then if he plays a move like this, I can take, and threaten this pawn. When I move the bishop, takes, I can't take back because it's pinned to my rook. I gotta be more aware of pins. But this still's fine. So I gave up a pawn. I probably didn't need to. If I play this, then rook here, takes pawn. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do after. It's just one of these positions where it's like you feel like you're walking on eggshells. I just keep walking the rook over. That's funny. Yeah, and then we just go back and forth. Like it's all my pieces are stuck. But I played this move to get my rook out of danger, which I guess I should have pushed my a-pawn instead. I pushed this move because I didn't want his bishop to take it if we trade a bunch of stuff. Rook here. Just trade. Whoops. The move I played is fine. Everything I did here is okay. Yeah, this I should have taken the pawn first because I kind of wasted a move. Taking the pawn here. Then maybe I'd play something like this. And then defending the pawn. And then I'm just winning here. Or it's a draw still. Still a draw, huh? Yeah, because I guess he's going to play here and check. Yes. King's tied down to the pawn. Check, just move out of the way. They do say opposite colored bishops are draws. Okay, so I played this for like a Zugzwang move, but I guess bishop here, just threatening this pawn. And king can't do much about it. Bishop back, takes with check. King here, maybe. Can't take the pawn. So we move the bishop out of the way, maybe. Yeah. King can't move here, that blunders a pawn. just has to make like these waiting moves. And neither player can really do anything. So it was a full draw game here. Maybe next time I'll just take that pawn. All right, so that leaves us at 1382. And that's it for me today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. And I will see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.